Breaking news this morning, one person is in the hospital following a police chase in North Omaha that ended in a crash that happened late last night. Emergency crews were on the scene of the crash near 26th Street and Ames Avenue just after 11:30 p.m. last night. And Douglas County officials tell First Alert 6 the Nebraska State Patrol was handling this chase. An ambulance was requested and one person was taken to the hospital, is what police dispatch confirmed with us. And then our crew on the scene did see another person being taken away in a police car, is what they say. Our breaking news we brought to you in our newscast as well as on our website. All right, so my name is Elena Riley. I bring you our top morning headlines every weekday morning. So I really appreciate you joining me here on this Friday. So let's head into more of our headlines. Mayor John Ewing Jr. held a news conference yesterday to talk about Bud Crawford's traffic stop in downtown Omaha. Well, the record-setting boxing champion was pulled over hours after his celebratory parade on Saturday. And Omaha police said the traffic stop happened at about 1:30 a.m. on Sunday in the area of 12th Street and Capitol Avenue. This after officers reported the car was driving recklessly. And police say an officer observed a firearm in the car, but a member of Crawford's team who was in the car says that's not true. But for safety, according to OPD, all 4 occupants were ordered out of the car at gunpoint. And the driver was then identified as Crawford, and he was cited for reckless driving. Another person in the car was found to be carrying a legal firearm, and OPD says all the occupants of the car are legally permitted to carry them. Well, Ewing said yesterday he wants to improve the relationship of police and the community and look into procedure for traffic stops where there are guns present. And he's planning to hold a public listening session next week. We will have much more on that when we learn more. More on Crawford. We are eager to find out what's next for him in the boxing ring, and we could know very soon. Well, Ring magazine posted a video to social media yesterday showing Crawford and the president of the Saudi Boxing Federation. In the video, the pair teased a surprise coming in the next month or two, and Crawford also gifted him the gloves from his fight against Mexico's Canelo Alvarez that happened on September 14th. Well, the surprise was described as being for Crawford City, so that's us, awesome, as well as for the future in general. Moving along this morning, based on the original timeline, Governor Jim Pillen is a couple of weeks away from turning the work ethic camp in McCook into an ICE detention center. First Alert 6 has been tracking where those inmates who had called the work ethics camp in McCook home in late August are being moved. On August 19th, the day Pillen made the announcement, the camp held 194 men. As of yesterday, it was down to 98. And many of the inmates have headed to community corrections. It's usually the last stop before re-entry into society. And we asked the Inspector General of Nebraska Corrections how he thinks the rest of the inmates will be moved out of McCook. And General Doug Kobernick says there are a lot of parole hearings at the community corrections in the next couple of weeks. I think a lot of people will be paroled, and that will create a lot of spots for men to move to. Well, we counted 83 individuals who are on this month's parole board agenda, either at the work ethic camp or community corrections. And there's one in Omaha and one in Lincoln that serve as a place for them to sleep while they often have a day job or look for work. My next headline is that a state senator filed a complaint yesterday challenging the emergency regulations set by the Nebraska Medical Cannabis Commission in June. Well, Senator John Kavanagh of Omaha argues in the complaint that the commission and Governor Jim Pillen are overriding the will of Nebraska voters. He says the emergency rules are not in line with what Nebraskans voted for last November. And on Wednesday, the commission did not meet its deadline to begin issuing licenses after 2 members of the Liquor Control Commission resigned. Bruce Bailey and Kim Lowe, who both served on the Medical Cannabis Commission, resigned at Pillen's request. And Kavanagh warns that missing deadlines can create legal risks. He requested for the General Affairs Committee to hold a hearing on the complaint at the end of the month. Last up this morning, such a fun headline here that the animals at Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo will soon help eat away invasive plants at a nature preserve in Council Bluffs. Well, under this new partnership, zoo staff will help cut out invasive trees and shrubs called browse at the Nature Conservancy's nearly 300-acre prairie preserve. Well, staff will then take those branches back to the zoo for the animals to eat. Oh my gosh, as you see here. Well, the animals will get a nutritious snack, and the preserve will get to help maintain one of the rarest ecosystems in the world. Well, branches and shrubs will keep those animals busy for much longer, that's what we're told, than any lettuce or hay that they usually eat. Oh my goodness, a fun update. We always love hearing about the Henry Dorley Zoo. All right, we'll head back over to our website where I have all of these stories, more on these. Here we see that social media post I was talking about with Crawford and the fighting gloves. Oh my goodness. There we go. If you want to go check that out on Ring Magazine there on X. We see those awesome boxing gloves. Great. We're excited to learn more about this surprise. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, other than that, this is my story I bring to you every weekday morning at around 6 a.m. So it's 6 things that you need to know. Of course, today is Friday, October 3rd. All of these that we were just talking about. And this live stream happens at around 8 a.m. every morning on the weekdays as well. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I will be back on at around 10:30 to bring you things to do in Omaha, some fun events that I have found and things going on if you still need some weekend plans to enjoy this nice weather. So I encourage you to join me then, and thank you very much.